In Daredevil, Born Again, Episode 7, where Frank Castle's straightforward approach to crime fighting becomes more important than ever in the MCU, the Punisher's recent remarks to Matt Murdock are echoed. In Episode 7 of Daredevil, Born Again, there is an unexpected death. The police task group led by Wilson Fisk claims credit for Heather Glenn's self-defense killing of Muse. Despite his best efforts, Heather barely escapes alive as Daredevil's customarily non-lethal approach is ineffective in stopping Muse. Episode 7 of Daredevil, Born Again, marks the official start of Mayor Fisk's fight against vigilantism. Fisk has the ideal pretext to paint masked people as dangerous threats to the city and to present his private task force as the answer when Muse attacks Heather Glenn. These days, criminals like Muse might be grouped with vigilantes like Spider-Man, the Punisher, and Daredevil. Matt Murdock discovers Muse's hideout in Daredevil, Born Again, Episode 6 in time to stop Muse from draining Angela del Toro's blood. After a short battle, Daredevil prevails and uses his billy club to strangle Muse, but he halts before the move might prove fatal. Muse is already gone as Daredevil turns around after taking the pump out of Angela's body. Muse nearly murders Heather Glenn in her own office just one episode later. Luckily, before Wilson Fisk's task team can arrive, Heather shoots the villain dead and Daredevil stalls Muse. Even though Detective Angie Kim quickly learns who Muse really is, her inquiry isn't fast enough to prevent Muse from identifying his next victim. In summary, by the end of Episode 7 of Daredevil, Born Again, Heather Glenn has miraculously survived. The Punisher chastises Daredevil for believing in the legal system and allowing Bullseye to breathe the same air that Matt does when he and Frank Castle reconcile in Daredevil, Born Again, Episode 4. Daredevil and the Punisher had a contentious conversation about murder when they first met in Season 2 of Daredevil. The Punisher observed that the criminals Daredevil captures will eventually be released, while Daredevil stated that another Punisher-like individual could choose at any time to murder innocent people, even Frank himself. In Daredevil, Born Again, the Punisher's remarks are validated years after their initial confrontation. When the villain nearly killed Angela del Toro, Daredevil decided not to kill Muse, and Muse returned shortly after to murder Heather Glenn. Daredevil may have murdered Bullseye before Benjamin Poindexter had a chance to assassinate Foggy Nelson if he had followed the Punisher's lead in the conclusion of Daredevil Season 3. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.